Hello guys, this is Sahib from Techie Tweaks. Welcome to our channel, and this is the 19th episode of Tech News series on our channel. So guys, in this series I'll be telling you the things which are actually happening in tech world, some leaks, rumors and some launches. And also there will be some polls related to technology. And let's start with the today's news. The first news is actually guys coming from Google actually, that Nexus 5P, the code name is actually Sailfish, actually has been seen on Antutu. So if we consider the specs, it is having 32GB internal storage, 4GB of RAM, Snapdragon 820 full HD display, and this time around it will be made by HTC as you can see in pictures. And also the camera will be actually 13 megapixel or 12 megapixel camera on the back. So cameras on new Nexus is like 5x and 6p were great, so I hope there will be some more improvements. And as well as look and style fish, look and style is there are some personal preference. So answer the poll here, do you actually like the new Nexus 5P just based upon the looks? So for me it doesn't look that good. So guys, let's move to the other news. That other news is that Coolpad Mega 2.5D has been released by Coolpad, and this time around this device is having 5.5-inch HD display, so that's acceptable. 1 GHz MediaTek quad-core MT6735P processor, 3GB RAM, 16GB of internal storage, Android Marshmallow, 8 megapixel rear camera, 8 megapixel front camera, 2500 milliamps of battery, 4G VoLTE support, and this device will come in gold, white and black colors. And the pricing is actually 7,000 rupees, so the pricing is very aggressive. So guys, some of you might ask me that the chipset used is actually of MediaTek. So guys, my favorite handset is actually Android One smartphones, and those smartphones were having a MediaTek chipset, but performance on those smartphones were really good. It's not always about the hardware. Yes, hardware is important, but software plays an equally important role. So answer the poll here. So if software optimizations are good, then will you go for this smartphone? Also tell me whether I review this or not in comment section down below. So guys, the other news is coming from Galaxy S6 users, that August security patch is available for download on their devices. This is a 63 megabit update, and I have got this update on my Galaxy S6. It is applicable for both Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge, and it feels so good that we are having almost a 1.5 year device, and Samsung is still upgrading its software. So guys, the other news is actually coming from Apple iOS 10 users, that Apple iOS 10 beta 5 has been out and it is available for download, and there are some improvements I'll be showing you in the pictures. If we look at the brief look, it is having that Apple ID password login is no longer required for reboot to App Store. So it means whenever you will go and install some apps from the App Store of Apple, then you not have to give the email and password again and again. And there are some new log sounds, and I'll show you the complete change log now. So guys, when we talk about the next news is actually coming from Xiaomi, that Xiaomi Redmi 4 is actually spotted on Geekbench. The good thing about this is that it is having that 5.5-inch HD display, and the processor used is actually Snapdragon 625. Yes, you are getting me that, Snapdragon 625, which is having a Adreno 506 GPU, 3GB of RAM, and it will be running Marshmallow. But I highly doubt that this smartphone will be actually coming to India, because they have launched the Redmi 3S for 9,000 rupees, and if you add some more money you can go for Redmi Note, and if you add for some money Mi Max. So there are a couple of options available from Xiaomi side, and I highly doubt that this smartphone will be launched in India. So guys, when we move to the next news is actually coming from MediaTek. As I was telling you guys yesterday, that MediaTek X30 chipset is now official from MediaTek, and we might expect this chipset in early next year or mid next year. So If we talk about little bit about this chipset, is having 4 Cortex A73 cores clocked at 2.8 GHz. These are actually Mongoose cores, and 4 Cortex A53 cores clocked at 2.2 GHz, and 2 more Cortex A53 cores clocked at 2 GHz. So it can support up to 8 GB of DDR4 RAM. Also, it was lots of features. So let's see whether it can compete with Exynos and Snapdragon variants, top end variants. I highly doubt. So guys, the other news is actually coming from Meizu, that Meizu M3e is announced with the 5.5 inch display, and the smartphone actually looks really good to me. It is having 5.5 inch full HD panel with MediaTek MT6755 P10 SoC, 3 GB of RAM, which is actually DDR3, Sony's IMX258 sensor, 5 megapixel selfie camera, 32 GB expandable storage. So they are offering quite a bit. And when we talk about the color options available, I am very happy with here, because they are offering dark gray, silver, pink, gold, blue. So these colors actually look quite good. So answer the poll here. So do you really want to go with that conventional color like gold, white, black, or do you want some variety? So answer the poll here. So guys, the other news is actually coming from LG, that LG V20 is now have appeared online. It is having that dual camera setup on the back, and although V10 also had, it is having the top end spec Snapdragon 824 GB of RAM. There is nothing more to talk about. So guys, the other news is actually coming from Micromax, that Micromax has launched new LEDs in India, and the Micromax Canvas LED, which is 32 inch, will cost you about 20,000 rupees, and Micromax 40 inch LED will cost you about 30,000 rupees, and if you want a 50 inch variant, you can go for 43,000 rupees. So pricing is very aggressive, but the thing is that customer score of Micromax is not that great. I have very poor very poor service from Micromax, so I highly not recommend this product. Instead, you can go with Samsung and Sony. They offer quite good LEDs in that price range, although they are a bit expensive, but yes, they offer quite a bit. So guys, the next news is actually coming from Eyeball, that Eyeball ND F2F 5.5U, yes, I have to read the name, is actually launched, and it is having 5.5 inch HD display, 1 GHz quad-core 64-bit processor with Mali MT720 GPU, 1 GB of RAM, 8 GB of internal storage, 32 GB 5.1 Lollipop, 8 megapixel rear, 5 megapixel front. So guys, the price is actually 7,000 rupees, and recently we have seen the Coolpad Mega 2.5D. So I highly doubt that this smartphone will touch the huge heights. So it is offering quite a bit in that price, is that Coolpad one. So guys, the other news is actually coming from Intex, that Intex has launched a Fit Wrist, sort of a Mi Band with LED display. It is having 0.66 inch OLED display, which is actually 64x48. It has that 3-axis accelerometer, heart rate sensor, motion monitoring, heart rate monitoring, steps counter, sleep tracker, and it's available for rupees 1800 on Flipkart. If you want, I'll leave a direct link in description box. So guys, the other news is actually coming from Samsung, that Galaxy On 7 and On 7 Galaxy On 7 and On 5 2016 edition has been appeared on Tina, and these devices are having actually displays with the 3 GB of RAM. So as you can see in the pictures, 2600 milliamps of battery, Android Marshmallow out of the box, and there is octa-core processor on the bigger one. I don't recommend these smartphones. So guys, the other news is actually coming from Samsung again, that Tizen powered Galaxy Z2, which will be actually launching in a lot of countries, has some final specs. It is having 4-inch 480p display with 5 megapixel rear camera, VGA front camera actually now, 1 GB of RAM, 8 GB of internal storage, 1.5 GHz processor, although it is known that it will be a dual core or quad core one, but it will be having support for LTE, GPS, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi in 4300 rupees. It is actually offering quite a bit, but you can add some more money and get the Android option. Tizen OS is interesting, but the problem is that app selection will be the problem. So this was pretty much it from the video, guys. If you have liked, do give this video a thumbs up. If you have any sort of query, video request, you can answer in comment section down below. If you want to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc., All the links are in description down below, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. So if you want to support Techie Tweaks, you can always use the affiliate links whenever you are buying some thing from Flipkart, Amazon. You will be charged nothing extra, but it will help out the channel. So this is Sahib from Techie Tweaks signing off. Thank you guys for watching.